Randy Twaniak, owner of Expedia Cruises Edmonton West location. It's February 2021, and this is the year that many of us will begin to travel again and see the world. Travel will be different and in some ways more complicated as we deal with COVID issues in our own country and in countries around the world. There'll be new rules in each country deciding on its entry requirements, and pre-trip COVID testing may be required. We want to make sure our clients get back to traveling safely and are informed of all the new policies and procedures. My team of 24 professional vacation consultants are here for you, not only to plan your bucket list travels, but also to help you navigate through the new complexities of travel so we can help you get back to traveling safely. Today, we bring you Cindy Schnell, Business Development Manager for Princess Cruises. Cindy will be letting us know what Princess is doing and has done to make sure you can sail safely on the oceans. The protocols and safety measures Princess Cruises has put into place are ever-changing based on current scientific data and country requirements to ensure maximum safety for crew, passengers, and the countries they visit. Welcome, Cindy. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you for having me today. It's so nice to see you again and to be able to talk. So definitely. Awesome. Hi, everybody. Like Randy said, my name is Cindy and I work with Princess Cruises, and I'm very excited to talk to you today about some of these things that Princess is doing to get ready for when we can start sailing in 2021 here. You guys, 2020 was a little crazy, as Randy said. It was a little unexpected that the ships would be parked for a year, but we are working very hard during this time to make sure that we have not only new and exciting things coming with Princess when we start sailing, but also on our health and safety standards. And this is very, very important to us. And as Randy did mention, it is always changing. So I do appreciate that. I've got some information for you today here, but please understand this is subject to change due to whatever happens in the world before we actually start sailing again here this coming summer. So Princess has been very, very busy with the CDC requirements, making sure that we have our guests covered for health and safety standards and all the safe ways so that they can come back sailing and know that we've worked hard with this. Some of the areas that we've worked on is, for example, the embarkation at terminals. So before you start even sailing, when you get to the embarkation terminals, a negative COVID test is required before getting on board the ship. So you will be required to come with a COVID negative test prior to sailing. We're going to have mandatory health screenings, including pre-travel tests for COVID-19 questions, and touchless temperature checks and health questionnaires. We will also be doing health checks throughout the entire cruise to make sure our guests are feeling good and staying healthy. Anybody who does have signs of COVID will then, of course, be taken to additional screening and made sure to, be looked after correctly. We'll be cleaning down any highly touched surfaces and areas in the embarkations rooms, as well as some exciting news about the Ocean Medallion will make the embarkation even easier, which I'll be talking about very soon. We will, of course, have enhanced environmental sanitization. So for those who've cruised before, knows that when you're on the ship, there's always someone usually wiping something down, cleaning something, making sure that those areas are clean. Well, we're even stepping it up even more. So now all public areas, cabins, staterooms, all will be cleaned even more often, making sure that anywhere that can be public or touched is going to have that sanitization clean. And it is actually what we are using for sanitization is an actual spray that is actually approved by CDC known for killing COVID instantly on touch. So very, very exciting because this will make it easier to make sure we stay COVID free. We're also added more hand washing facilities and hand sanitizer dispensers all throughout the ship. And we're asking guests to make sure to use them as much as possible. Now, what's it going to look like when we start sailing again with our distancing? We are working on this as we speak to find out what's it going to look like for shows and restaurants, how are our venues going to be for full capacity, all of this. So this is being worked on and we'll be given more information as we get closer. What we do know is that guests will be required to wear masks in public areas where physical distancing cannot happen and is not able to, have that physical distancing maintained. So we will require masks for those areas. But just to let you know, things like the buffet will no longer be self-serve. It will be served by our waiters for you. So you will no longer be serving yourself at the buffet. Our healthcare, we are going to make sure that our doctors and nurses, we're going to have more doctors and nurses on board. And of course, our doctors and nurses are the best trained and professionals. They are going to make sure that they know everything about COVID and that we can look after you if we had to, if you unfortunately got COVID. We're going to have testing on board the ships, as well as use of laboratory for all the governments and countries that we sail to. We're going to make sure to have medication known to improve COVID outcomes for COVID-19 on board the ship with us, as well as our medical centers and our staterooms identified for isolation will be equipped with a HEPA air filtration. And of course, we will be working with the doctors in the local regions and the countries, making sure that we can have the best of information. We are, of course, doing ventilation. There has been some changes in our ventilation system. We're upgrading our ship's HVAC systems to MERV 13 filters that remove larger portions of airborne particles following the highest CDC guidance. We're also going to be doing fresh air throughout all areas, public areas, every 5 minutes. So more fresh air, making sure to keep it clean for you. And we're also adding HEPA filtration systems to the key areas such as the medical centers and the isolation rooms. Our safe shoreside experiences, this is something that unfortunately we're still waiting for final answers. We know the destination is very, very important to Princess Cruisers. And so we understand that, what does this look like? We want to make sure that we keep our guests safe. We want to make sure we keep the countries we visit safe and make sure our ship and our staff are safe. And so we're trying to figure out exactly what this is going to look like, and more details will be coming soon on, what kind of shoreside experiences we will be offered. But what we will say is we'll be making sure our guests do get to enjoy those beautiful destinations that we sail to. We do make sure to keep all of our information updated. As we mentioned, it is always changing on our princess.com website, and especially with our Expedia partners. So they are always able to get all of the updated information. So please reach out to one of your travel consultant partners at Expedia to make sure that they can give you the most updated Princess information. Now, something that we are doing that's very, very exciting, we're working very hard on it this last year, is our Princess Medallion. Now, 4 years ago, we did mention Princess Medallion. We started coming out with it, and it was going to take us probably about 10 years to get all of our ships completely medallion classed. This little piece of technology device is easy to wear and actually does many wonderful things for those who've never actually seen it. When we introduced it, it came out, it works with an app on your phone and does things such as you're able to order your drinks and your food and have it delivered wherever you are on board the ship. You can play games, casino with it, and it has the best Wi-Fi. The ships that have the Medallion class had the best Wi-Fi at sea. We, of course, boarding your ship faster. We made sure that it was able to board the ships faster and easier. And then, of course, my favorite thing, the not having to find that key to unlock that cabin door. You could just walk up to it, it unlocks, you can just touch it with your elbow or your hip check, and away you go into your room. And finding your shipmates. So these were some of the things that we started when we introduced Medallion here 4 years ago. Over this last year, we've taken this time to make sure to continue to develop it because we know how important it's going to be for our guests when we do get back on board Princess and we start sailing again. And so we've got some new enhanced features, such as, this is very, very exciting, touchless embarkation and staggered arrivals. So in the past, you would have got to the port and been waiting in a group to wait for your boarding time to come on. Now we're actually going to have paperwork all done prior through your computers and your devices at home. And then when you get on board, when you get to the port for embarkation, it's going to have staggered arrival times. So you're going to choose what time is best for you to board, and then you're going to walk on through. Less crowds, easy, and no having to touch anything. We're going to have a new passenger safety drill protocol. This is very exciting because, as we all know, in the past, 4 o'clock on that very first day, no matter what you were doing, you would have to stop and go down for the muster drill. And of course, listen to how to put your your life jacket on in case of emergency. Well, now to make sure we don't gather in groups, what we're doing is there is a video that you can watch in your cabin or on your device. And that very first day, all you have to do with your Ocean Medallion on you is walk through the mustard station. It lets us know you've done the video and that you've walked through the mustard station, and voila, the safety drill is complete. We're going to be doing health questionnaires and virtual check-ins during the app the entire time, making sure you're feeling good. And our touchless payments. Before you had to sign everything before when you got a drink or bought something at the store, and then we had to tap. Well, even now it's no longer tapping required. It's completely touchless so that we can see by your picture that it's you purchasing it and it's complete. And now this is probably my favorite, the real-time visibility of the venue capacity. This is so important. We all have different comfort levels with groups, and now because of COVID and what exactly, what our comfort level is. So for example, if you want to go and do the art auction, but you know what, you're a little nervous. You don't necessarily want to go there if it's crowded and there's not enough space for you. So you can check now on our Medallion app and you can see live, real-time live visibility. So you can see how many people are there, what's the seating capacity looking like, and then you can make an informed decision if you feel safe and decide you want to go and experience that art auction. And so this will all be part of our new enhanced features with Medallion. There's some more exciting things coming with Medallion over the next couple of months. So when we start sailing, we'll make sure to give you all the wonderful information because we will definitely make sure that you are having fun with your princess vacation. We're very excited because we actually announced here back in December that by the end of 2021, all of our ships will be Medallion class. So we have double timed it. We have made sure that when we come back sailing, our ships are all Medallion class and we'll all have this wonderful stuff on board for you to enjoy. So we're very, very excited about this because this is about 5 years earlier than we had thought we would be. So we're very, very excited when the Medallion class hits the end of this year. So guys, the world is waiting for you. So many beautiful, great destinations to sail to. And when the travel opens up again, they're gonna have their hands and waiting for you and let's go start exploring. And I'm happy to say, Princess will be there to take you there. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Cindy, for that information. I can't wait to get back on the water. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and we look forward to helping you plan your future trips. Thank you.